From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm.
They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream.
Packed house, quarterfinals, Chaparral, Notre Dame, a matchup that is thrilled all year long, game in, game out, and what a scene for it here. 9 p.m. game from the Ice Den Scottsdale on a Sunday night, but no lack of attendance. Easton Stockford alongside me, Dylan Pescator, our second game of the night. But Dylan, what an environment this is to be in right now.
You know, it's always great when the games are at Mullet Arena, but there's something special when there's playoff games at the Ice Den here in Scottsdale. And it brings out the best, it brings out the worst in each team. This is not a 1 versus 10 matchup, Easton. Tell everybody how good this Chap team is.
This Chap team has given Notre Dame fits. Notre Dame has played a total of 4-ish close games, one of which was a loss to Mountain Ridge, the other a tie to Chap, and the other a 1-goal win against Notre Dame. No AAA players, but it doesn't matter. What you have is what you got. We're right away from the Ice Den Scottsdale. Chaparral with possession off the rip. Perkis, one of the best skaters in the league. Here he goes, right off the hop. Throw to the middle. Weeks was there, but stopped on a dime before getting it. Now Wesley hounding down on McCulloch. McCulloch trying to get it out. That one will bounce. Kupanagari dishes that. Here's a chance the other way. Notre alone. Big save, Caden Wright. Kupanagari as well with it. You talk about a start for Caden Wright. What a way to get into this one.
That's how you start. Senior goaltender, he's ready for it.
Arguably one of the best in the league, averaging under 2 goals allowed per game. He has been unbelievable all season long for the Saints. Chap with it in their own end. Perkis dancing. He loses an edge here. Shane with the chance. Trading blows. Dylan Shane put it wide. It slipped off his stick. What a start here from the Ice Den. Breakaways apiece. And 6 guys on the ice for the Firebirds. So a mental error early. And Notre Dame, who has a torrent power play, is going to have an opportunity to get on the board here.
Easton, we talked about in game 1 back to Hamilton. This crowd is going to be imperative, right? You want to get the crowd on your side, but Notre Dame is scoring first. And for Chap, it's not making mental mistakes like this. This is not what you want to do, fighting an uphill battle. You're making it even worse on yourself.
A little bit of a different look for the Saints on the power play. No Herrick, no Harlan, no Mickey. But Askew and Shane still the remainers from that top unit. Stolkamp joins them with Justin Kaplan and Roberto Gomez. All the way out now to Dylan Shane. You mentioned the crowd, and gotta do a good job of staying inside the glass as well. Can't lose your head. Can't get called into the noise. And any of that of the crowd is Notre Dame erupting early. Notre Dame does it right there, loud. Now this one's sent all the way out of the zone by Reed Umar, who's going to be someone that needs to be leaned on tonight.
It's going to show a lot about this Chap team in terms of maturity. We know this is an older Notre Dame team. They have a ton of playoff experience. Can they survive the first 5? Usually it's, all right, let's survive the first 5 and we'll figure it out. This Chap team needs to survive and then get back to their strengths.
Notre Dame, the outright favorites to win it all this year, as Lawson will send it in deep. Chaparral with a win over Horizon, who they played 3 times in their last 5 games, beating them 8-3 last night. Dylan Shane walking in. Let's one go over top. Just over halfway through this power play. Here's Dean Perkis. Look for him to be an X factor tonight as well. Over to Kupanagari, who's dragged down by Gomez. Askew now. Perkis smothering him. He'll poke one on goal to Caden Wright and get a whistle. 37 seconds remaining on the power play. Starting goaltenders tonight. We talked about Caden Wright already, but at the other end, Lyden McCann, who has been really good against Notre Dame all season long. 4-5 on the year, averaging just over 3 goals allowed. He's going to be a cornerstone for the Firebirds as well.
Sometimes it's one of those things where a goaltender can have a team's number, right? And for Notre Dame, you already start the game kind of holding your breath, saying, all right, we've already faced this guy. This team's given up troubles. They need a little letdown. They need to let their shoulders down with the goal. For Shap, it's let's get to the first one and put a little bit more pressure on him, right?
Well, a lot of faces out for both sides. A new one for the Firebirds as well. Gage Glimcher, who is serving suspension both times these teams met. He struggled with penalty issues all year, but certainly a big body you'd like to have in the playoffs. Kaplan hammers one to the wall, rimmed all the way around. Here's Glimcher now up at the point. Now down low, Captain Jack Wilson for the Saints. He gets up on the hands of Kaplan. Wesley with it now. Power play expires. Stanius lets one go right into the gut of Lennon McCann, and a successful kill for the Firebirds to start this one.
And I give them a lot of credit. They didn't let Notre Dame set up, and this is a situation, right, Easton? You have a power play unit where you usually have your 5 guys, and you know where everyone's going to be. No AAA players that can throw off chemistry in a big way.
Trying to find their footing. Different faces going to have to be relied on offensively. Justin Kaplan and Dylan Shane on this top unit likely going to be the two that head coach Taylor Nelson looks to most. Talked to Taylor Nelson today. He said really nothing changes for this team coming into playoffs. They know their team's good enough to win with or without him. Shot by a skew off the knob of McCann, bouncing in front, and Kaplan's able to escort it out of the way. Kupanagari battling. Kaplan there as well. Shane up the skew, unloads, glove save McCann.
Askew didn't get all of that one, but it was still a very dangerous shot. You see him coming down from that blue point, and he's coming down to the top of the circles, giving him even more of a chance. McCann not be the best player on the ice for Shop tonight for them to have a chance to win. That's far none.
He might have to steal one for them. The cool Kupanagari likely going to be the offensive producer for the Firebirds. Thrown on goal, that's paddled aside. Wilson keeps it alive. Zhao racing to get there. There's Justin Kaplan, who's a physical presence to look out for. Zhao, another big hit at center ice. Zhao took a tumble 3-on-2 the other way. Dunn leaves it for Umar. Umar fires well over top. Zhao flipped ahead for Lawson. Lawson streaking through the middle with speed. Around one. Lawson diving play there, but a save by Wright. Savoni now from the point. That is just wide. Flipped all the way down. And picking it up is Savoni, who will go to Umar and tip it in. Gomez didn't play a ton for this Notre Dame team, but for a good reason. He was playing in the Division III World Juniors for Team Mexico last year.
Was that in hockey or the other skiing sports that he loves to play too? He's a winter sport expert out there.
He was playing for them in hockey in Division III Group A, where he averaged just about 2 points per game, was one of their better players. But what an experience for him to represent his country. A steal with the moving in at the blue line. That's what a lot of this crowd came to see, is that fire and physicality. Glimcher lays one himself. Things ramping up early. Kupanagari takes a bump. Glimcher again with the hit there on Gomez. He has to be careful. He's had 100 penalty minutes alone this year, a fourth of the team's 400. Wesley, Gomez fires, block shot in front. Sent far corner now. Kupanagari with it. Kupanagari dancing around one. Stanius seals him to the wall. Gomez comes away with it. On man rush the other way, 3-on-1. Shane, Gomez, over to Shane. Shane back across, wide open net. Brady Stallkamp opens the score. Shane to Stallkamp. And the Coyotes rink at the ice stand erupts for the first time tonight.
One too many chances by the Shop defense. pinching down, 3-on-1 the other way. Too much talent to not expect a goal in response, and a great pass from Shane. Faked the shot, and all Stallkamp had to do was slot it into the open key.
What a play by Dylan Shane. Those are kind of the spots where you can get caught passing it one too many times on a 2-on-0, 3-on-1, but executed to absolute perfection. Brady Stallkamp played his freshman year, broke his collarbone in the state championship. Got to be a good feeling in his first playoff game in the organization, and over 3 years to get on the board. Shane trying to add on. Kaplan now pulling, shooting. St. McCann rebounds there. Kaplan got a poke in. Shane gives a shove. And as we learned from these first two matchups between Notre Dame and Chaparral, there is no love lost. They do not like each other at all.
When I first met former Notre Dame head coach Charles Missio, he said, our biggest rival is in Pinnacle. Our biggest rival is Chap. They faced off in the championship the year before COVID started. It was a great 6-5 game with Chap coming out on top. This is a rivalry that's getting reignited tonight.
And rivalries always just seem to flip scripts in this league, depending on who's dominant and who's competing. And this has definitely been the key mark rivalry of AHSHA this year. Shane back in his own end. Through the middle. He finds DeCausin. DeCausin stripped by Savoni. Savoni over, let go by Lawson. Glove save by Caden Wright.
The past game, we talked about some of the saves that Chesley made when it was 3-1 to keep it where it was for Basha, and then they went on to win the rest of the game. For Notre Dame, it's Caden Wright's save in the first minute on the breakaway. Ever since, they felt more calm, and they got the first goal, which let them let down their shoulders a little bit.
Named the best goalie in the state, named to the All-Arizona team, and could most definitely be the X factor for this squad come playoff time. Goaltending, steals games, and wins championships. Stallkamp kicked out to Gomez. Banked forward, it'll go all the way down. Arm in the air for icing, whistle will blow.
For Shap, it's about the forechecks. It's about making Notre Dame make mistakes, and they got the physicality. We know they got a few big boys out there, Perkins, Klimcher, etc. Make Notre Dame fearful.
Finishing those hits on the forecheck with those big bodies going to be ever so important. Other game going on the other side as well. Perkins throws one on. Championship rematch between Pinnacle and Mountain Ridge. Also packed over there, 2-1 the score, as Pinnacle has gotten one back since the ending of last game. Wesley trying to flip it ahead, but can't get it past Perkins. Now he will. Stallkamp and McCulloch in a foot race. Moved off the wall. Weech coughs up. Wesley with a chance from the short side, but couldn't handle it. Klimcher now. Through the middle. Smooth as can be. Not moving very fast, but efficiently, is now Kupanagari knocked away by Askew. High flip ahead. Kaplan bouncing puck. Luckily, Perkins able to corral it. Here's Perkins. On his backhand, he'll pull up and look for options. Through the middle, Dunn trying to swipe at it, but Askew comes away with it. Good pressure here by Umar. Kupanagari, down low, big save right, rebound still there, but cleared away. Driscoll has it. Moved ahead now to Stanius. Sent all the way in deep. And Shane will be the first one there. He takes the bump. Stanius in the neutral zone. Moved ahead. Offsides. Kaplan has to tag up. Umar with time.
When you think of this Notre Dame team, we mentioned the AAA players not being here, but even the players that are here, some have experience, some this is a first-time experience.
Lawson, chance, put it short side, but just wide. Umar now racing. Driscoll on his hip, but Reed Umar able to get there.
The Shap D have to stay back. They're coming down a little bit too much.
Maybe a little overexcited. Umar with momentum. Another shot on, handled once more by Caden Wright. Driscoll chipped ahead. Lawson can't keep it in. Here's Mullet the other way. Mullet cutting through the middle, knocked away by Umar. That's Mason Mullet, and I'm not certain, but I have to wonder if he's related to that Mullet family that has built a rink here.
That's the question to ask, Houston.
Hunter Mullet recently skating with ASU in lieu of recent injuries, and Mason Mullet getting the call up tonight for Notre Dame. Cooper Nagari trucking along down the right side, but taken away from him, but he gets it on the second effort. Up to the point, thrown on by Shao. That's handled by Wright. Askew wanted him to cover, but he'll take it out instead. Good keep again by Shao. You talked about stepping up, but that's a good one there. Cooper Nagari fans on the shot. And he'll rim it around now for Hepper. Hepper to the high slot. Mullet with it now. Moved it to DeCausin. Shao through the neutral zone. Cuts around one, beats another. Shao walking in, but he lost possession. Now Wesley the other way. Saboni on him. Wesley going to slow up and throw it in deep. Shao moved ahead on the wall, sent far side. Cooper Nagari will get a stick to it, but into the Notre Dame bench it goes.
Notre Dame's trying to stretch out this Shap D, and that was an example there with Wesley. Just lost a little bit of possession there, which cut off his timing. But for Shap, they've had the forecheck opportunities. It's trying to get one past big Caden Wright, who's had experience in the playoffs, some good, some that he's probably going to want back. This is his time. This is his time to carry his team. Triple A's are gone. He's been making big saves so far. It has to be one of those Caden Wright runs.
And you talked about the past, some good, some bad. Three straight, state championship losses. As this one bounces in front, but Perkis able to clear it. Three state championship losses and the loss in a shootout in the play into Desert Vista. So this is a hungry Notre Dame team who has not been able to find much playoff success, but if any team has been ready for it in the last 4 years, it's been this one. Gomez lets one go just over top. He used McCulloch as a screen, but just missed the mark. Askew sends one in. That'll eke to the right of McCann. Perkis. Up, Stanius will keep it in. In front, Driscoll has an opportunity, but couldn't get it. Shane with it momentarily, and now here's Lawson the other way. Lawson has Glincher with him. 2-on-1. Stanius loses his stick. Lawson lets one go. Looks like he caught the pipe. Wyatt Lawson was Chaparral's best look of the game. First time they beat Caden Wright, but couldn't beat the iron.
What a nice job, just stopping on a dime, letting the D go past to your right. Either a piece of right stick or the iron. Caden Wright has been on his game, to say the least, so far.
And hands on heads for everyone wearing a black jersey on the ice. White jerseys for Notre Dame, as they are the home team and the 1 seed, the play-in winners of the Chaparral Firebirds. As here's Dylan Shane. Shane, long, just wide. Third breakaway of the game. Arm in the air now. Philip Kaplan went into Shane hard with the cross check, and he's going to go for 2. And it looks like we have a group of Notre Dame fans above the box who are going to give it to him as well. You have a look at that chance by Dylan Shane. Trying to go high blocker on McCann, but just sorted wide. Does a good job to draw a penalty. (2-2) now the score between Pinnacle and Mountain Ridge. 2 first period goals for the Mountain Lions. 2 in response for the Pioneers. That championship rematch is heating up in what has been a night for the ages here at the Ice Tent so far. Huge kill coming for the Firebirds. McCulloch off the boards. Kept in up top. Sent down low now Wesley. Back up to the point. Wine camera over it once more. Wesley through traffic, save McCann, still loose in front, Stanius can't get there. Dragged down, some want a penalty but won't get it. Cheers coming from the Firebird student section now as Ben Kammer will look to regroup. 30 seconds gone on the power play.
Their PK was excellent the first time around. They have to keep Notre Dame from entering the zone. When they set up, it gets real dangerous.
A PK that has had plenty of reps this year, you could say. 431 penalty minutes. Leads AHSHA by 200 penalty minutes. And the second place team is the one across from them in Notre Dame. Sent down, half the power play gone. Really good job to this point from the Firebird penalty kill. Gomez walking in. Gomez off angled shot. Rebounds there again, but Umar able to clear. Umar and Kupanagari doing a great job of playing off each other. Gomez winding up once more. Down the right below the goal line. He'll dish it up to Shane. Shane over to Askew. Down low, Kaplan. In front, Stallkamp kicked on goal. McCann able to get the redirection. Shane throwing one far side. Kaplan stepping into it. He lets one go over top. And Shane unable to keep it in. Last minute of play in the first. 10 seconds remain on the penalty.
That's one of those shots. That's a free clear for Shop. Helps out.
Shane waltzing in. Blocker saved by McCann. He got the waffle board to it just barely. Done the other way. 1-on-2. As Perkis trailing. Didn't see him. Perkis stepping into it. Big block by Gomez in front. Perkis can't hold on. Wesley the other way. Perkis out of position. Wesley walking in. Has a man back door, but finds the glove of Lennon McCann. It looked like Justin Kaplan was streaking all alone to that far post.
He was. In my mind, you look at the two wild cards for Notre Dame. We know the talent. We know who's going to play their role. It's Justin Kaplan and Roberto Gomez, guys who are not going to light up the goal stat sheet, not going to, wow anybody. They do the little things. They get physical. They go to the dirty areas. They block shots. They're in the right spot defensively. Those are your championship type role players, and they play their role very well.
Wilson through on traffic. Again, covered by McCann, and Justin Kaplan has been an absolute water bug every single year he's been at Notre Dame, and a fitting title at that. He's a stand-up jet skier, very into aquatic sports as well, but has been all over opponents. Not fun to play against. Done through the middle. Wesley keeps it in. Fluttered in. DeCausin gets there first. Tries to throw one in front, but finds the skates of Philip Kaplan. 4 seconds remaining. 2-1. Glove by McCann at the last second. 2.6 will sit on the clock.
I don't think there's a sport the Kaplan family hasn't played yet. Between all four boys, right? With Adam, and all of them went through Notre Dame. With Chase, who's playing now, juniors, and everybody. So Colin talked him in there as well. So he brings everything. He knows how to win. He knows how to be athletic, and he's well-rounded.
Got jet skiers, hockey players,
horseback
riders, and rodeo.
That's right.
Experts. A very well-rounded family. As time expires on an electric first period of play, Notre Dame gets the party started 1-0. The score at the hands of Brady Stallkamp. Dylan, biggest takeaways from the first period has to be the offense from Notre Dame, and Chaparral on the other side. Lennon McCann standing tall. 1-0 the score. Quick break. We'll be back after this. Well, 15 minutes down, 30 still ahead, but not much that first period didn't have. Only one goal, though, is Chaparral still unable to get past that looming presence of Caden Wright.
Caden Wright has made every save and then some. He's been the backbone for Notre Dame, and you give Chaparral a lot of credit. They've had high danger chances.
Cooper Nagari over to Perkis. Perkis through traffic, blocked by Askew. Couple big block shots in that first period from Notre Dame as that continues. Now Wesley down the right side, slams on the break with a sweeping stick there from Perkis. Now here he goes the other way. Kicked out, Glimcher. Askew sends him to the boards, and now Stallkamp one-on-one with McCall. Wesley trailing over to Wesley in his skates. Jets in front, big save by McCann.
The Shap D have to get back. Too many odd man rushes against. It's a recipe for disaster.
Perkis has been stepping up quite a bit. Nobody covering, but maybe something he needs to take note of and play a little more passively as Glimcher lays a hit on Shane. McCulloch now. He'll pick it up in his own zone. Off the boards and out. And Kupanagari looming behind. Here's Glimcher. Knocked off his stick, but left behind for Kupanagari. Will send it in deep. Wilson. Over to Weinkammer. Up. Lawson keeps it in. Lawson cutting up. Walking the top. Over to Savoni. Lets one go wide. Weinkammer again. Lawson picks Hicks' pocket. Thrown on just wide again. Might have gotten past the blocker of Caden Wright, but off target. Kaplan behind his own goal. Wilson. Umar in there as well. Driscoll will pick it up. Send back. Jack Wilson now, the captain of this team. Caught up high there. Penalty called from the far referee, who had a great view of it from that other side. The closest official only saw numbers, but high sticking going to be the call on Jack Wilson. First power play opportunity for the Firebirds.
Unfortunate for a player who wears a letter for Notre Dame, a regular who's grown up through this system and through D1. He knows he can't take that penalty, and you knew the next one was going against Notre Dame after Shap took the first two. We'll see how this Shap team does offensively. That was a nice forecheck, and Notre Dame turned the puck over a little bit too much in their own zone there.
Top guys still out there. Good thing they get this ice cut. They're going to need it. Shorter bench than normal without a couple of guys. Enzo Gissler out, as well as a couple others like Dylan Mickelson as well. Quay Park. Was not sure what we're waiting for. Chaparral. Anthony Peralta speaking with the officials.
It has to be something to do with the neck guard. I think he's pointing toward his neck for Glimcher. Does he not have his neck guard on?
It looks like he has it on the bench. Not sure if that's something noticed by the officials or some gamesmanship from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he's going to have to sit, put it on, and then come back out. That's what it looks like.
And so another Firebird off the ice as well, just went to the locker room. So I'm not exactly sure if the officials are cracking down on neck guards. Oftentimes teams in games of this magnitude will point it out as well and try and get a bit of an upper hand. But nonetheless, a situation that will need to be sorted out by Chaparral. Ekes out of the zone. Savoni racing back to get it. First power play of the game for the Firebirds. Second most power play goals of the year. Fourth in percentage at 27. Savoni, Stanius trying to get it out, but Savoni abs it in. Umar, Kupanagari trying to walk down, but unable to. Takes some wax from Askew. Up to Umar. Askew with it. Doesn't get all of it, but gets enough to get past Dean Perkis.
Askew is just such a long reach. It's hard to get past him in any way, but he's got to be careful with those slashes. That sick breaks another 2 minutes.
Perkis waltzing around in the offensive zone. Throws one on, saved by Wright. Glove down by Perkis. No hand pass. Gomez now with it. Flipped out. Kupanagari can't get there. They're going to rule high stick. Savoni forced to touch it.
From here, it looked like he didn't touch it in terms of his high stick. Nevertheless, I like how their shot power play set up. They're not in the usual setup situation. They go around. Torkis has it. Kupinangari, etc. It's going to have to take a rebound or some sort of odd bounce to get it past right tonight.
Might have to be an ugly one. But a defensive zone draw for Chaparral now on the power play. Lawson to take it. He's matched up against Wesley. Still waiting. Lawson thought he was kicked out, but maybe he was. Not really too sure. Finally dropped. Umar will pick it up. Burkus up the wall to Glimcher, who now has a net guard and is back on the attack. Off-angled shot, easily gloved by Caden Wright, but we'll give the Firebirds to set up an offensive zone draw. Trying to muster up some offense on this power play. 51 seconds remaining. Would love to level this game at one, I'm sure. Try and get the momentum early in the second frame.
They'd love to get it. And it would take a lot of stress and put it right back on the Saints.
Good clear, as that one will almost go into the offices above the benches.
And you got to look at this game, right, Easton? It's not a house money game in any standpoint because it's a playoff game for Chap. But it's a situation where they can take chances. And there's not a ton of pressure on them. This is a Notre Dame game where it's a they better win type of game.
Anthony Peralta told his team, play every single game like it's your last real hockey game ever. Which it could be for some of these kids. If you lose, your career could end with the snap of a fingers, and that's a jarring thought.
You're right. For a lot of these seniors, it's one bounce here and there, and it could be over. So you got to go all hands on deck.
They did dominate against Horizon in their 8-3 win last night, and have historically played well against this team, and a little extra motivation come playoff time. Gomez and Stolkamp, Lawson on the back check. Stolkamp with it now. He'll send it in deep. Gomez, first one there, thrown in front, all the way back out. Kupinangari battling with Stanius, but a good strong stick there by Noah Stanius to send that one back in deep.
I think that was a win-win for both sides. For Kupinangari, it got him from pinching in and keeping that puck in, and then on the other side, Stanius got it deep.
Burkus. Pull drags, right side, moved up to the point. Stolkamp, only one to be found. Sent down again, 10 seconds remain on the power play. Lawson to get it. Jack Wilson signaling towards the bench. It looks like he will be going straight there. Stanius with a stick to it. Now Stolkamp. Wilson going to jump in the play. Jack Wilson on the attack, looking high slot, but he only finds Glimcher. Glimcher now trying to counter. Kupinangari with him. Looking. Good stick there by Askew. These defensive sticks by Notre Dame have been on point as of late. Burkus looking, thrown over top. He had a good look there on the wraparound, but looked like another defensive stick by Notre Dame to break it up.
Yeah, that one it was Askew, and he is such a long reach. Watch, he's behind the net, and he gets the stick in the way along with the other defenseman there. It's hard to get anything to right, and when it does get to right, he has a reason for it. Chap has a lot of these big bodies, including Glimcher. Put him in front of right. Don't let him see the puck.
Jack Henry Askew, the tallest player in all of AHSHA, standing at 6'8". Dylan Shane driving wide now. He'll curl up. Thrown in front to Cousin there. McCann pounces on it and covers. Draw coming to the left of Lennon McCann. Notre Dame was in the defensive zone for quite a bit, killing that penalty, but now a chance to get back on the attack. Justin Kaplan and Dylan Shane back out there. One laterally, and a toss-up goes in favor of Notre Dame. Shane dragged down, no penalty. And now here's a 3-on-2 to come with it. Kupinangari driving wide with Umar and Glimcher. Still with it, though, all the way around the outside. He held on. Didn't really have much to look at. Up top, Voorhees Sends it on goal. That rattles wide. Now floated out of the zone, and here's a chance. Phil and Shane in a foot race where he's back as well. Shane didn't have the angle. Rebound there for Kaplan. Save McCann. Thrown back in front, but couldn't connect with Shane, who was open on the back door. Shane centering pass to Cousin was down. Loose in front. Oh, receiving a rebound chance. They score! Umar got one, but Justin Kaplan got two. Saints lead by a pair.
Dirty areas, championship type players. Justin Kaplan embodies both of those topics. He gets one try. McCann with an incredible save from his stomach, but it comes right back to him. Kaplan gets a little air under it, and it's 2-0 Notre Dame. Gomez and Kaplan, you're going to hear those names a lot. Those two are going to be a big reason if Notre Dame makes their long run this year.
Trying to make their way to a Tuesday semifinal matchup pending. 2-2 still the score at the rink across from us. There's a hit's given there by Weeks. Burkus now. Shap's going to have to use that physicality if they want a chance.
For Shap, they have to play the team game. It can't be solo, 1-on-5 type situations. You have to stay together. That's the only chance you got against this Notre Dame team.
Gomez now trying to spring another chance, but a good stick by Wyatt Lawson to break it up. Burkus shoveled ahead, done in front. Let's go, he scores! What a response from the Firebirds, and it's Matthew Dunn. First strike for Chaparral tonight.
Eskew stepped up and he got caught. Goes short side. And the crowd's right back into it. It goes from 2-0. Notre Dame feels real good. That pressure's right back on.
Wow. What an atmosphere we've been treated in every one of these matchups this year. Well, this one has a different buzz than the others. Season on the line for both teams. 2-1. Chaparral strikes back. Notre Dame still leads. Wilson shoveled out. Umar gets the glove to it, but out of play into the netting.
Easton, you got to look at this game as if defensemen have to play at home. When the D step up, yes, it can help you offensively, but you have to play the game like we talked about in game one. For Notre Dame, you have a 2-0 lead. Stay back. Stay back. Enjoy the numbers and manage the game. That's where you can get in trouble and give the other team opportunities like what happened on that goal.
And that momentum can flip like a light switch. One moment it's shining brilliantly for Notre Dame, and now looking a little dimmer as Chaparral cuts the lead back to one and have a little bit of life. Umar advancing it forward. Wilson trying to get a stick to it, but can't. DeCausin flips it ahead. Nice move. DeCausin, left side, looking for Shane. He finds him off a bank. Shane, high slot. Kaplan, backdoor there. DeCausin, but a good effort by Kupanagari. Now Kupanagari over to Glimcher. Kupanagari driving. Glimcher cutting shot right off the dome of Caden Wright. That one in right between the eyes.
Heck of a shot, and Wright, little wake-up call. Getting right back into it. Right at the top of the crease. Glimcher gets it, lets it fly, and Wright catches it and sees it. Go right between them.
Offensive zone draw for the Firebirds. Dunn taking it. It's been a lot of minutes for Glimster, Kupanagari, and Umar. They'll get a much-needed rest. Savoni digging away. That slid forward. Wesley all over Shaw, who will backhand it forward. Gomez there. Gomez thrown on, narrowly missed. Stanius able to keep it in. Stallcamp, high slot save. Rebound there again. Another one by McKinn. Still loose to the crease. It's in! Roberto Gomez gets one back. 2-goal lead Notre Dame on a mad scramble in front of Lennon McCann.
Great job by the official to not blow the whistle. And what did we talk about, Easton? Dirty areas, championship goals, Kaplan, Gomez. And now we got some sort of issue here on the Chap bench. They might have taken a penalty. Nevertheless, these are players who go to the tough areas where you know you're going to get beat down, you're going to take checks, you're going to get hit, you're going to get bruises that you're going to wake up with. But it's all worth it if you can get the puck in the back of the net.
And it's going to hurt more and more with every passing shift, every passing round, every passing game. And this huge trample Zumar at center ice, I don't think he saw him. Perkis now trying to respond centered, but right into the feet of the official. All the hurt made worth it if you can walk away with that cup. Kaplan has Driscoll with him. Kaplan pulling to the front, slid, big save McCann, that's all. And Lennon McCann still standing tall. Can you ask any more of a goaltender?
No, once again, it's Chap selling out for offense, and this time it was Perkis down the far side. And you leave your defenseman, Mikhalik, back all alone. McCann's done everything he can tonight, everything he can. For Perkis, it's a situation where you got to communicate with your defensive partner. And more importantly, Easton, and you know as a defenseman, you got to communicate with your forwards. They have to know, hey, I'm jumping. Hey, I need you to come back and help me out. That's what's missing here on this Firebirds team right now. D jumps, that's fine, but the forwards have to come and help back.
And it looks like Reed Umar over on the side of the bench in a bit of discomfort with his helmet off. Something to look out for. He's not out there with Kupanagari at the moment. They've been together all game. Wesley from the trapezoid. Working it around in front. Intercepted Kupanagari. Here's Glimcher now. Kupanagari cutting to the middle. Lets one go. Pass save by Caden Wright. That's one all the way back. Racing to get there is Borges. He beats Gomez. Glimcher. Across the blue line. Couple people tied up. No penalty is done, and Wesley were entangled. Sent in deep. Wilson. Hounded by Glimcher and Kupanagari. A good second effort by Wilson to get it back. Gomez now the other way. Wine camera with him. Wesley goes for a change. Gomez just off sides. 6:13 remains. 3-1 Notre Dame. Well, deja vu from the first game. 3-1. This next goal is imperative for both teams.
Momentum is one thing in terms of getting that next goal, but Easton, how about momentum when you have a crowd like this? Is it almost taken to another level?
It absolutely is. As much as you try and stay inside of the glass, it's hard not to play to the crowd. You got your friends in there. You got people that you care deeply about watching your games, and everything matters a little bit more. Lawson stepping in, deflected wide. Rebounds there. Couldn't get a stick to it. DeCousin popped him. Hooking call coming.
And he knows it, and he's going to the box, so he might have saved the goal. That's a good penalty there by DeCousin. You see it comes out the other side, here and there. Might have went in, might have not. But you don't want to take that chance, and you're going to trust your penalty kill. I have no problem with that penalty.
I'm sure Taylor Nelson doesn't either. Probably a good one to take for DeCousin. 2 minutes hooking the call. Update from the Shane Nose side of things on AZ Sports Media's live stream. 3-2. Mountain Ridge, third period, 11 minutes remaining. Still a good amount of time left, but possibly a new champion being crowned this year. Pinnacle, the reigning state champions of 2025, on the ropes against the number 3 Mountain Lions.
I think we got another problem here in terms of substitutions. They're sending Mikhalik off, and I'm not sure why. And nor is the shop coaching staff.
Not sure if he's frustrated with McCulloch or the official, but Anthony Peralta frustrated, thrown on by Kupanagari, but wide. Still have to set up now on the power play. Check last lets one go. Biggie in front as Justin Kaplan laid out to swallow that one.
Big time player right there. Does the little things. but they show up on the scoreboard. Maybe not on the sack sheet, but the scoreboard, yes.
Showed up on the scoreboard once tonight as well. He's having himself a real solid first period and a half as well. Perkis now poking in on right. Stuffed by Caden Wright. Another breakaway save for the senior standout between the pipes, and he has been instrumental to Notre Dame's success all season long.
Just a turnover by Eskew here, and Perkis gets the better of him. I don't think he did what he wanted to do. He wanted to keep it on his stick, but he just lost control, and Wright covers up. He probably just wanted to go to the backhand and go high there. Didn't have control.
Nonetheless, patience, ever so important. Caden Wright displaying it there. Perkis on goal just wide. Glimcher trying to move it down low. Lawson will pick it up. Cycled, looking for Kupanagari, but Sanius able to clear. Perkis to Lawson. Perkis racing to get there. Shane takes it away from mid. Dylan Shane walking in. Toe drag, good stick. Lawson. Thomas stepping into it. Another chance. Big kick save there by McCann, and he'll cover as Dylan Shane gives him a little shot at the end. .452 in the middle period before the ice got 50 seconds left on an important Chaparral power play. If they don't score, Dylan, at the very least, they need to muster up some momentum and gain some traction.
They do. You want to make it. You want to keep it here, number one, and if possible, if any way, make it a one-goal game.
Have to do it from a defensive zone draw, and it looks like Notre Dame's using full advantage of their home advantage of getting that last change, and that could be the reason why some of these shot players have been taken off last minute. Here's the chance. Kaplan driving to the blue paint, but he couldn't corral it. Man down on the play. Lawson grabbing his elbow. Wesley now throws one in, and Lawson in some serious discomfort. Wesley keeps it alive. Good shift here from Notre Dame's penalty kill. Justin Kaplan and Arteu Wesley.
Look at this. Look at Justin Kaplan here killing time. Incredible. What a player.
Notre Dame bench recognize it. Perkis with some silky skating through neutral. Walking through the middle. Broken stick on the shot. Umar now stepping into it. Thrown on, deflected wide. Off the top of the glass, it'll stay alive. Out of the box comes to cause Notre Dame back to full strength. Thrown up to the top, Savoni. Dancing around one dangerous play. Wesley trying to advance to Diaz Gomez. Gomez into Cousin, 2-on-2. Gomez lets one go, but a good stick by Perkis. Savoni rimmed around. Dylan Shane with it now on the half wall. He takes a hit from Perkis and is spilled.
For Notre Dame, they have to strike here. Chap's very tired.
Shane thrown on, rebound was there for Stolkamp, but it hopped away from him. Off the loose stick that belongs to Lawson. Kupanagari on the half wall and kind of got away from him. Umar with a hard hit on the wall as well. Here's Kupanagari. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Trying to dance through one, but a good defensive stick. Noah Stanius has been stout back there all night.
These shot forwards are gassed.
Shane trying to take advantage. Let go, blocker, save McCann and a big one. McCulloch trying to get it out. He'll send it far side. Dunn racing to get there. Wilson will just bump it forward. Shane now. Back to Jack Wilson. He can't hold on. He'll have to go back and get it. Wilson below the goal line. He'll snap it ahead. All the way to the stick of Kaplan. Shane streaking backdoor. Floated there. I think Kaplan thought he was going, but couldn't find him. This one sent down icing, and probably a needed one at that.
Very needed one. This shot team needs every single second, every breath that they can get, because right now they're on E. There's not a lot of guys left in their tank. They need to get to this ice cut at the end of the second period. for Notre Dame, here's an opportunity. Go make it 4-1 and have, leave no doubt going into the last 15 minutes.
This is where that depth can really start to show. When Notre Dame is rolling all four lines and Chaparral is rolling too, can get a little lopsided on ends of energy. He's trying to get it out there for Kaplan, but good job by McCulloch. Hepper takes down Kaplan as they do battle in the corner. Still tied up there, 2-minute mark passes. Up to the point, Askew sent through, blocker side McCann. Weinkammer on goal. Rebound was there, but again, Justin Kaplan couldn't find it. Couple of rebound opportunities for the purple and gold. Loose in front, gloves off of McCann, whistle blows. Notre Dame is distraught, but Marie just holds the glove up in the air.
Another one of those situations where Kaplan just going in and he won't stop until the whistle comes up. Even though it might have not have been blown.
Tough break for Notre Dame, but nonetheless, Chaparral maybe getting away with 1:40 remaining. On the other side of things, Mountain Ridge, that's their fourth, 5:24 remaining, 4-2 the score. Saved by McCann with the glove right off the draw. Shots even at 36 on that other side. Pinnacle down to their last breath. Shane dances around one, pulling up, sauce to the middle, shot in front, somehow kept out. It looked like it got caught up in traffic. Umar going to send one deep and try and chase by icing the call. You see the vision, but a little too much mustard on the dump there and icing the call.
It's survival right now for the Firebirds. They have to get to this final 15 and find a way. For Notre Dame, it's let's put out their best guys and let's continue to wear them down.
74 seconds until the ice cut. And it feels like the most important 74 seconds of the game until this point. That's because it is. One back by Notre Dame. Loose puck picked up by Stallkamp. Thrown in front. Kupanagari intercepts. 3-on-2 the other way. Umar Weeks. Found Weeks. Weeks lets one go. Save again by Wright. Didn't get all of it, but Caden Wright has been up to every task that has come his way tonight.
Excellent passing from the outside to the inside. And a nice job by AHSHA getting back at that last moment to force the shot. Not let him go right through. And Wright's been up to every task, like you said.
14 saves on 15 shots for the senior. Stallkamp moved that to Schau. Last minute rings out through the rink. Schau will send it back in deep, offsides, but quickly tagging up is Chaparral. McCulloch now gets it deep, tipped in, no icing. Wilson caught lacking. He gave man a shot. No penalty called. Covered by Wright. Refs rush in as Glimcher is not happy about it.
No, Glimcher and Wilson have been going after it all day, verbally. And that's where the refs want to keep it, a verbal altercation.
And Glimcher, you have a look at it. Wilson gave him a pretty good shot there that went uncalled. But Glimcher, maybe not the guy you want to mess with on this Chaparral team. He is pretty huge, for lack of a better term.
I know he's involved in weightlifting, and he's a very strong kid.
Perkis up on forward this shift with Kupanagari and Dunn. He's been playing a lot of offense, even from the defensive end. 23 seconds remaining. Maybe one last rush. Notre Dame. Dylan Shane cutting through. Perkis able to swipe it. Perkis, 14 remaining. Down the right side. Pumped off by Wesley. Good hit there. Barlow tries to get a stick to it. 7 remaining. Perkis hemmed on the wall. And that is going to do it on the last ditch effort, but time probably would have expired anyways. But 30 minutes down and what a game it's been from the Coyotes rink at the Ice 10 Scottsdale as we head into the ice cut. Dylan, biggest takeaways from the first two?
The biggest takeaway has been Notre Dame's ability to stay calm and especially respond after the Shaft goal. They came back with one of their own and they get to the dirty areas. For Shaft, they needed the break, and it's all hands on deck. Go, go, go in the third.
15 minutes of rest. The ice will be clean. Seasons on the line in the third period. We will be back after the ice cut and the break. Both teams back out of the locker room, back on the ice. 15 minutes of action remaining. A winner will be decided, a season will be ended, and all the drama will be had here at the Ice Den Scottsdale. My name's Ethan Stockford. Alongside me, once again, for our 6th period of the day, Dylan Pescatore. It's been a long one, but coming to a ceremonious finish with a 3-1 game in favor of Notre Dame, and one that certainly looks like it could come down to the wire.
It's going to come down to it. Every game almost has, right? It's been down to the wire, 1-2 goal games for the most part. In 15 minutes, who can find a way to make it to Tuesday?
15 minutes, season on the line. Here we go. McCulloch rims around. Wesley trying to keep it in. Early physicality from Umar. Glimcher gives a bump as well. Now here's Umar in transition. Umar around one, Stanius shadows him. Glimcher steps into it with speed around the bottom of the circle. He'll go up top. Sent through by McCulloch. Tipped on just wide. Kupanagari to the middle. Shot on, saved by Caden Wright. Very similar situation, Dylan, to the last game. 3-1 going into the third. It feels like the next goal could decide it.
It does, and especially if Shap gets the next goal, there's a lot of pressure going to be in this building, especially to the right of us where the new Notre Dame student section is. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them and kind of holding on their last breath.
Shane over to Weinkammer, who will send it in deep. Umar high foot batted down by Shane, no high stick. As they'll battle away in the corner. Umar able to come away with it, but right to the table. Weinkammer who sends it wide. And for Kaplan, big save by McCann. Rebounds there just wide. Kick to the side. Unbelievable. Lennon McCann, have yourself a night.
Similar situation to how Kaplan scored the third goal. Right in those areas. We're going to see it one more time off the back wall. And it's just hunting the puck from Shane. Puts it in front. One try, no. Second try, and he got a piece of it. He got a piece of it with the glove.
Dylan, you said that McCann was going to need to be the guy to be the best player on the ice for the Firebirds all night long. And partner, you've been spot on. Wilson unable to keep it in. Perkis unable to get there as well. Stanius will throw it in deep.
And if you're Notre Dame, Coach Nelson, Coach Breyer, Coach Zubia, and Coach Sullivan, you got to say, all right, look, Chap's going to give us our chances. Their D love to jump. You don't need to create anything else. Let it come to us.
Perkis walking in front, he scores! Broken play, Dean Perkis, 1-goal game.
How good is Perkis? Through Wilson, through Stanius, through everybody, through Wright too. Took on 3 Notre Dame skaters who were back and got it past Wright in a crazy situation. Perkis has been so impressive tonight. And remember, he started on D tonight. They're moving him to forward. And now on the Notre Dame side, it's quiet and it's going to be stressful. That's playoff hockey.
You can cut the tension with a knife in this building right now. 1-goal game, Notre Dame looking for a response. Stallkamp takes a huge hit from Cerrone. Thrown on goal, that's blocked by Zhao. Umar across the red. Into the offensive zone, he leaves it. Kupanagari lets it go just wide. Umar trying to center one, but couldn't get a good piece of it. Now Zhao unable to keep it in. He takes a hit from Stallkamp, and Stallkamp takes the tumble as well.
And Chap has to play smart here. Look, you got a ton of time to get the next one. It is not, push all 5 skaters down the ice right now. Take your time and get your chances. Chap has capitalized on Notre Dame mistakes tonight. Even though Chap has made more of those mistakes, they've been more opportunistic than the Saints have.
Caden Wright and Lennon McCann have both been phenomenal tonight in a 3-2 game. In other news, there will be a new champion in 2026. Pinnacle falls to the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions 4-2, the final score on the other side. So the
3 or 4 games or go.
Last man standing in all of the games we've had here tonight. Chaparral and Notre Dame in what is bound to be an incredible concluding game.
You have Bishop Perry, you have Mountain Ridge, and you have Flagstaff through. Now it's a matter of who's going to be the last one.
In the event of a Notre Dame win, they will face Flagstaff. Chaparral win, they will face Bishop Perry, leaving Mountain Ridge and Flagstaff to play each other. A lot of moving parts in the playoffs.
All right, it's a 1-10 game, but it is not 1 seed versus 10 seed.
Chaparral was in last place up until their last 5 games. They won 3 out of their last 5 to move their way up. They now have a chance to move to the semifinals and further this season. Kaplan knocked away. Great stick by Savoni. Up to Kupanagari. Kupanagari to Umar. Good back check by Shane, who took him out. Kaplan didn't know where it was. Here's Shane the other way. Askew with him. Shane to Askew in front. Can't find it. Wipe out in front. McCann's down. Nets off.
Askew completely lost his edge. That's the tallest player. That might be the biggest player coming right at McCann. It seems like he's all right. He's up and skating, but that was scary.
That's a big body. And McCann is not massive, as you can see. He got a good piece of him.
And what about the defenseman coming back as well? That's Kaplan coming back, and Phillip, and he took it right into the net.
That's a lot of tonnage going into Lennon McCann. But thankfully he's okay. It's drawn to the left of him now. Thrown on just wide. Wilson. Down wall, big hit by Perkis right in front of the Firebird student section. No icing. Gomez will scoop it up. Reversed. Wilson. Dances one. Trying to get it out. He'll slow down now. Take it back. Full goal line. Make it up to Weinkammer. Stallkamp. Gomez. Down the right side now. Thrown on right into the blocker of Lennon McCann, who makes another save to add to a large total tonight.
There's been a lot of line switching so far for Notre Dame. Late in that second period, they went with Stallkamp, Gomez, and Kaplan. Now you split those two up. You have Kaplan here with the Cousin and Shane as well. It's all about finding a way. Now 1-goal lead. Completely different from how you handle your lines with a 2-goal lead.
McCulloch trying to get it out of his own end off the draw. He'll find Kupanagari. Kupanagari across the blue, throws one on wide. Glimcher on the rebound, throws one on, but sealed tight by Caden Wright. Shane now, transition game, down the right side. Up to the point, he'll cycle it down. To Cousin. In the corner, battling away, taken off his stick by Kupanagari. Askew, walking to the middle. Still Askew, but a good stick by Zabinek McCulloch to deflect that one out of play. And Dylan, we talked about Justin Kaplan and all of his extracurricular activities, but I want to take a moment to talk about Kupanagari, who has one of the coolest stories I've ever seen. His birthday wish was to go to Costa Rica to be a medical relief assistant to the youth in September. An unbelievable thing, an unbelievable hockey player, but shows the kind of person he is and the kind of things he's doing outside of the game.
That's my favorite stories. It's always great to know how many goals and points. What about the player? What about the person? And he's a great one.
Lawson to the front, left for Dunn. Big save right with the glove. Dunn still hounding. Wilson below the goal line. He'll bank it over to Gomez. Gomez moved north all the way down to Wesley. Tipped, so no icing. Caden Wright chance. Ring from the Notre Dame student section. Wesley to the middle. Nice move. Wesley in front. Sliding back to Gomez. Roberto Gomez gets one back. 4-2 Notre Dame.
It's following the play. Saltkamp follows Wesley toward the net. Wesley couldn't get it all. It's left right in front. Boom. Saltkamp pushes it home and sucks it past. Next goal is huge. That was the next goal.
Now, I don't think there's anything to be done about it. But Lennon McCann did get kind of taken out in front there and taken out of the play, but no replay reviews. No one's going to change their mind. Goal stands 4-2. Kupanagari trying to get it back off the draw. Glimcher, right side. Cronin in front with his skews there. Up to the point. McCulloch keeps it in, but him and Kaplan kind of not on the same page there. Shane to the middle, trying to tack another one on. DeCausin on his backhand, he'll go behind for Shane. Over to DeCausin. Udmar lays ahead. Kaplan through the legs of Stanius, no icing call. Wright will play it on his backhand to Askew. Glimcher and Kupanagari on the forecheck. Shane now trying to get out of his own end. He finds DeCausin. DeCausin streaking. Right side, toe drag shot, save. Rebounds there, but Kaplan able to get that one out of harm's way. Glimcher through neutral. Good stick by Wilson to slow down the transition. 8.5 remaining in a situation Notre Dame knows all too well in these last few years, looking for a different ending to their fairy tale in this first round. Wilson shoveled out of the zone. Kaplan going to get a backhand to it where he's with them on the regroup.
In the first game, AHSHA up 3-1. They learned a lesson on how to manage the game. I want to see how Notre Dame learns their lesson in managing a 2-goal lead here in the final few minutes.
Gomez walking in. Gomez looking for the hat trick, but it soars into the netting and out of play.
Games are going to be close the whole way through this tournament, whether you're on your way to the next one or you're going all the way to Saturday with the championship. In Notre Dame now with that 2-goal lead, they can take a breath, but how do they play it?
Can't afford to get caught on your back foot. Have to protect the lead, but can't play too defensive and crowd around Caden Wright. Have to stay on the forefront and trying to attack a little as well, but definitely erring on the side of caution. Offsides, Askew will just leave it for Perkis. Perkis now winding up. Slips around Driscoll. He has some momentum. Here comes Dean Perkis. Through the neutral zone. Good back check by Dustin Kaplan. In front, done. Rebound still there. Spinning Kupanagari, he's just wide. Kupanagari dancing along the blue line. To the middle, lets one go. That was nowhere near the mark. Shane. Dawn takes it off his stick. Up for grabs. Stanius will go up the wall. Shane trying to knife it ahead. He will. Perkis is back. Slid all the way across for Driscoll. Driscoll can't hold on. Savoni steps up and seals him to the wall. Puck still up for grabs. Dunn will claim it. Dunn takes a hit from Wesley. Trying to give it back, but can't. Perkis now walking in. Looking weak side for Kupanagari. Couldn't find him. Thrown from an off angle, but that's off the corner and all the way back to the neutral zone. 6:40 remaining in regulation. 2-goal game. Notre Dame leads. And even with that goal, Dylan, no lack of energy in this building. Nobody's stepping back their game at all. Chaparral still attacking.
You look at this environment, and it's so exciting. Fans crowding up each seat of the bleachers. Easton, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like on Tuesday.
Semifinals. Flagstaff, Notre Dame would be the matchup if Notre Dame can hold on. Mountain Ridge and AHSHA in the 2-3 seed matchup if that happens. If not, if Chaparral finds their way back to win this one, it's a totally different tale. AHSHA plays Flagstaff, leaving Mountain Ridge. Shot by Stolkamp off the side of the net. Mountain Ridge to face off against this Firebird team, and I wouldn't want whoever is coming out of this game in the semifinals.
You know, there's a lot of lessons learned, but I'll say this. A lot of lessons. You'll be happy to get through this one, but you'll get through it with a lot of bruises. This has been a physical affair.
Chow looking to get it back. He'll pick it up behind his net. 6-minute mark just eclipsed. Glimcher slicing through the neutral zone with speed. He can fly. Let's one go just over top, narrowly missing there. Chow hems it in on the blue line, but taken away. Dylan Shane, game on his stick. He scores! Dylan Shane with a little extra insurance. Shirts off in the Notre Dame student section. 5-2 lead.
That's how you respond. They give up the 3-2 goal, and they come back. It's like nothing even happened. They've learned from lessons of the past years. They make it a one-goal game, you come back, you respond. The great teams come back and can face adversity. And Notre Dame has shown they are a great team.
And a program that has suffered devastating losses 4 years in a row, but something about this team seems a little more determined than ever before.
Coming into this year, head coach Taylor Nelson said this year's team message is to finish the job. If they have any sort of board, if they have any sort of checklist, this is check 1 of 3 for the Saints.
Best any Notre Dame team has meshed in recent memory for Taylor Nelson, and doing this without your top guys is quite impressive. 5 remain. Chaparral needs to go now. Perkis trying to spark something through the middle. Along the top now, thrown on. Leslie takes a tumble. Here's Gomez the other way. Gomez has Stolkamp with him. Askew trailing. Gomez leaves. Stolkamp shoots off a body in front. Askew dancing around one, takes a bump from Perkis. Kaplan trying to get it out. Shane gets a piece of it. Kaplan takes a hit from Kaplan. Those are 2 unrelated Kaplans.
Which you don't usually get with how many brothers that Justin has.
That's a great point. Here's a chance for Weeks, but he found on the shot. DeCausa now looking to go the other way. McCulloch stepping up, bats it down, but Shane ekes his way through. Savoni can't get it out. Shane below the goal line. He'll go up top. Bouncing for Cooper Nagari. Trying to find Perkis, but on the same page. Perkis will get there eventually. Perkis waiting. Finds Umar. Couldn't get it away. Umar dragged down by Wesley. No penalty. Wesley now. What a shift. Here he goes from his knees to his feet. Big save McCann as he keeps Chaparral with a breathing hope. Cooper Nagari down wide, 3.5 remaining. In front, Umar can't get a stick to it. Good stick by Askew as well to break it up. Now Gomez the other way. Umar on him. Well, now down low for Verhees as tempo slows down just a hair. Stolkamp scoops it on the wall. Glimcher with speed, trying to do it himself to the blue paint, saved by Wright. Three minutes remaining, timeout Chaparral.
I want to see if we can somehow get another look at that Wesley opportunity. That was a sophomore, folks. And as we go through this timeout, like you said, Easton, watch, he takes it away from one, then he came back and went the rest of the way, and almost from his knees scored. This Notre Dame team is so deep. We mentioned, Easton, this is a weird night where the AAA players aren't here, and some of the best players on both sides are not available with the snowstorm in New Jersey and everything. But there's no lack of talent on any of these teams that we've seen tonight.
It's been an unbelievable display of hockey from the ice then Scottsdale. And a testament to how alive it is here in the Valley. The depth of this Notre Dame team is astounding. We talked about that next guy up mentality, and they haven't wavered for a moment when it's come to the next guy up.
And not only that, but it's also a great experience for a lot of these kids that maybe don't get as much ice time at the Division I level. In a huge game like this, season on the line. I mean, your season on the line for a lot of these seniors, too. I know that you know as a freshman, sophomore, junior, you want to extend the season for yourself, but a lot for the seniors, knowing it could be their last game.
Everything on the line. A lot of seniors on this. The Notre Dame team as well. A lot of them not here. You think of a guy like Tate Mickey, who's been here all 4 years and has resembled everything that this program stands for. Not in the building, but this team's got to be thinking about those guys in the back of their mind.
So Mr. Mickey, the program manager for the Saints Hockey Club, he said, we want to win to extend it to have Tate play. He wants to play so bad. And if this score holds, if they can hold on a 3-goal lead in 3 minutes, he'll be there on Tuesday night back here at the Ice Den for them to go into the semifinals.
Mickey, Harlan, and Herrick, the 3 out for Notre Dame. Empty net for Chaparral. Kaplan will fling one in deep. It all comes down to this. Down 3, season on the line. Chaparral, what do you got? Empty net. Driscoll throws it in deep. Umar from behind the cage. To Cooper Nagari. Dangerous spot, but he slips around Driscoll. A cool Cooper Nagari wide. Dances around Wilson. Trying to get to the paint, but he put it short side off the side of the net. Perkis keeping it alive. On his backhand to the front, McCulloch took a swipe at it, but couldn't get it on target. Savoni now. Down low, Cooper Nagari. To the high slot. Omar on the big save, right rebounds there. Rick got another.
You look at the scoreboard, you see 5-2, you think, wow, Notre Dame exploded offensively. Well, you can make a strong case. Caden Wright has really been the MVP for this team tonight and has been the best player on the ice for either team.
Only 19 saves, but so many of them in marquee areas of the ice. Notre Dame student section rises to their feet with 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining on the clock. Battling in the corner. Cleared down by Askew. Won't be on target. Icing the call. Notre Dame been searching for their storybook ending that so many different teams have had. Pinnacle 4 years ago. Desert Vista after them. Then Centennial and once again Pinnacle. But Notre Dame thinks it's their turn. The heavy favorites coming into this playoffs. And this team is determined to rewrite the story that has been the last 4 years. McCulloch, short side off the side of the cage. Wesley rimming it. Glimsher can't keep it in. Saboni probably saved the goal, but rather easily. Moved ahead to Cooper Nagari. Big hit by Stallkamp. Cooper Nagari in his skates. He kicks it forward. Lets one go. Gloved by Wright. 93 seconds remaining, and tempers flaring from the Firebirds.
You talk about the storybook ending, the run to the championship. And Notre Dame has been on the opposite side of that for too many times for their liking. Like you mentioned, the Pinnacle run at Oceanside, Desert Vista, Centennial. Last year they lose to Desert Vista right here at the Ice Den in the early rounds. They want to be that team to do it to the others.
Anthony Peralta electing for a change in personnel. A week's done now out there. Shaw and Kaplan as well. Minute 24 left, 5-2 game. And give props to both these teams no matter what. They have given us a show every time they have stepped onto the ice. Here's to Cousin. I have a step. Diving effort from Kaplan to Cousin, dishing it from what an effort from Phil and Kaplan to keep that one out. Shane intercepts, trying to ice the cake. Couple shots given from Weeks. Arm in the air. We'll see what happens. Dylan Shane has some words as well. Things are going to heat up here. Weeks gives a shot to Shane. And at this point, it almost seems like Chaparral is on their last gasping breath, but they know time is running out.
And I think not only is it a 2-minute call, it might have also been a 10. We're going to have to get a look at this one.
And with that, that'll put Notre Dame on the power play, I would imagine.
They're going to have to put the goalie back in too, in McCann, so makes it a little bit tougher.
2-minute power play, 5-on-4. One Firebird's going to have to get off the ice here.
Someone has to go as representation.
I don't think anyone's in the box as well. McCullough can head over. But 70 seconds remaining. 5-2 the score. 2-minute power play for Notre Dame. Gomez on goal off the pipe. Perkis. Now Zhao will rip it around. Depth alive, Wesley. They're not going to be able to get McCann back out if they can't get out of their zone. Askew over to Weinkammer. Zhao lays a hit. Watch for things to get a little out of hand here towards the end. Perkis gives a bump as well in the scrum. 40 seconds remaining. And a big hit there by Perkis on Gomez. Arm flies in the air immediately.
And that hit might have gone a little too high as well.
Dean Perkis to the locker room. So he'll go to the box as well, and that just about puts a bow on this one.
Frustration's boiling over. It happens in high stress and high pressure games like this one.
10 players left on Chaparral, 6 on the bench, 4 on the ice. Umar going to serve in the box.
Let's just hope they can get through the rest of this one clean.
Let's just say there's a reason Gage Klipscher is not on the ice right now. Leads the league at penalty minutes. As Wilson will take this one in at the point. Over to Askew. Schall takes Wilson out unintentionally. Askew walking in, thrown on goal. Start the Bus's chance. Erupt from Notre Dame as the dog pound has been at full force here tonight. The countdown from 5 begins. Jack Wilson, the captain, takes it back. And Notre Dame, the favorites, are one step closer to rewriting their fairy tale.
A great win for the Saints. And it's a win that they're going to learn a lot of lessons from. They got to feel really, really fortunate that they got through this one without some of their best players. They played well enough to do so. I think they learned a lot of players on their team can contribute when given a little bit more time on the ice, right, Easton? And that's going to only bode well for the rest of this one. We're going to shake hands and we're going to get rid of this one, but we have our 4 teams that are going to be here on Tuesday. Lay it out for us, Easton. Who's playing who, and what are the matchups?
Notre Dame takes on Flagstaff. Flagstaff was a wagon last year. Notre Dame is a wagon this year. We'll see how that one duels out. And then right after them, or right before them, not sure
see. We don't have the time.
ice slots will shake out. But it's Mountain Ridge and Basha Perry with the Chilcoy players back. That is a battle of 2 offensive juggernauts. So a matchup full of excitement come Tuesday. But what a night from the Ice-10 Scottsdale. 4 games, all live streamed for the first time in the history of AHSHA. Can't thank Dr. Ben enough. Got all the equipment on the sticks for this game. Shion Davis as well on the other side running the camera. Colgan Herschel, Mark Gutowski, myself, Dylan Pescator, everybody who made this possible. Kenny McGinley. What an unbelievable night it was here from the Ice-10 Scottsdale. Notre Dame moves on in the second game. Mountain Ridge claims a win as well. Flagstaff and then Basha Perry all to the semifinals Tuesday.
It's going to be a really exciting time Tuesday. And remember, it's a little different this year because the games are going to be right here at the Ice-10 in Scottsdale. Like we said, we don't have the times yet. You can check the AHSHA social media in terms of Instagram, Twitter, the whole thing, and of course the website as well. So check out that for game times. But he said, I can't wait. I wish the games were tomorrow. But we're gonna have
48
to wait till
hours.
Tuesday.
48 hours until we're right back here at the Ice 10 Scottsdale. But from everybody I mentioned prior to this, from myself, Easton Stockford, and Dylan Pescator, my very special guest alongside me, we wish you all a very good night from the Ice 10 Scottsdale, where Notre Dame claims the win 5-2.